But what's crazy is I was talking about this last night at the breast cancer panel. I moved to Houston, and everything on my list of Houston, people were like, "Are you going to do a So Houston?" That was a plan, right? I'm in a new space. I had all these things that I wanted to do. A month later is when I found out I had breast cancer. So I moved there and then found out I had breast cancer. Let me tell you how God works in mysterious ways, and He played too much.
Come on, give Him glory.
Houston has the top cancer facilities in the world.
Wow.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for that.
He always gonna take care of you.
Amen.
And breast cancer wasn't on my checklist.
No, not at all.
So to move somewhere and you go from, oh my gosh, I'm about to be at this day, like I'm about to I need to find a cancer team that will keep me alive. Not looking for, you're not looking for a primary care physician.
Yeah,
it's
different.
You're looking for an oncologist, a specialist. Yeah. And that was very overwhelming because I didn't even know where to start in this unfamiliar territory. Yeah. And so even though I didn't know why I necessarily moved to Houston, I have my reasons, but I know why I was supposed to move to Houston. I feel like Houston is a pit stop for me. I definitely feel like my next stop is the East Coast.
We're gonna meet you out there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the next stop is the East Coast. I've been in Houston 3.5 years. 2.5 of those years were medical and dealing with my journey. I can say over the last year and a half has me just trying to come back. That's another thing. I wasn't dealing and listening to none of that shit. I was trying to figure out who the fuck this new Shayla was.
Yeah. I was thinking in my head, like, all of this nonsense back here.
I did not care.
Like, do you think I give a rat's
ass? I have real life things
about explaining
that are happening for me right now.
I don't care how you
feel.
Feel how
we talking about practice.
Yeah. I'm like.
Right. I'm supposed to be pressed about what y'all saying about me.
No.
When God is saying this.
No. Absolutely not. Like I'm trying to stay alive. Right. Like I'm trying to figure out who this new body.
Yeah.
I didn't like shit no more. I didn't like anything. I didn't like.
You started eating super clean, right?
Huh?
Like during that whole time, like it seemed like from afar you were on like a very deep spiritual journey that you were kind of journaling in front of everybody. Who was following
it was inspiring.
Yeah, I was
super inspiring.
I was like I wanted people to see, because I think we get caught up in social media and like just what this idea of perfection, right? And people will look at me and think that she has this, she's always fly, she's always happy, and then all of a sudden, you get life, and we have these plans, like we plan out shit. Yeah, in 5 years I'm gonna do this, and and then just like that,
tell God your plan.
You have this going on.
Yeah.
So fuck them plans.
Yeah,
I know you wanted to, but
we're gonna do this right here.
We're doing this.
We're doing this right
now. We're going
down
this lane.
Let me see how you handle it, because I feel like you are one of my strongest. So, but I feel like you can handle this. That's how I felt that God was speaking to me. And so then, that was just a dip, like,
you changed everything, right?
What?
Like,
first what?
Like your eating. I saw you.
Well, I've been a very. I didn't play about my health.
So you were like, are you vegan now?
No, I'm veganish.
Okay.
Vegan friendly.
Vegan friendly. But I did alkaline was very tough. So I did alkaline. This is before I had to go under treatment. So I did alkaline diet. That was intense.
What's the alkaline diet?
So alkaline is basically like it has a lot to do with like your body and the like acidic, keeping it at a certain level.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Sebi, only certain things.
Okay.
I think it's that you have to keep it under, like, don't go under 7, or certain fruits or certain foods are very acidic, and it forms mucus and stuff like that. So my palate was very limited. Like, you only got these seasonings. You only got, like, I couldn't eat pineapples. I couldn't eat strawberries. I could only eat certain things. Things that you think that are healthy aren't, you know, or a lot of these foods that are processed that are vegan still are GMO, still are full of chemicals
Full of
and
them.
things like that. So I was
Full of them.
very, very strict. I don't drink alcohol. So I was very strict. I was cleansing my body and getting it ready for what I was about to go through.
Yeah.
And so then when I went through my journey and I talked to people about this, my journey wasn't the same and chemo wasn't the same for me in a way that it didn't affect me too much because my body was ready for it. Like a lot of times people who are getting ready for
That's super
chemo,
important.
you have to have this discipline. Like you can't still be on that bullshit, eating that bullshit, drinking alcohol, smoking, whatever, and expect this poison to go through your body and not fuck you up more.
Yeah.
So when that
All these extra
poison went through my
toxins
body,
and free radicals
it didn't
and
have
shit.
nothing to hold on to for real because it was very clean. Like I was ready for war. I was ready to give, you know, like whatever you want to give me, I'm ready for it. And so like going through all of that, fast forward, I came out of that. That's why like I changed my name from Shayla Bang to Shayla James, because for the longest I was trying to keep myself attached to her and who she was. Because who she was, she's a hustler. She did all these things and like she knew what she wanted to do and she was quick on her feet. She had, you know, started clothing lines, makeup, and all of this. So I was trying to hold on to her. Shayla Bang, Shayla Bang, Shayla Bang. But everything, I talked about this last night, like everything that I used to do, I would light that wick and it would go out immediately. I would light the wick, fire, psh, go out. And I didn't understand, like, wait, but I love doing makeup.
Right.
But I love Sew Oakland. But I love fashion. Like, why don't I love these things anymore? It was a very uncomfortable space to be in. It was scary for me. And so the last year and a half has been rediscovery of like my interest, what I like again, who I am. It's okay that my boundaries, like, okay, I know you want me to do these So Oakland things, but I don't want to.
I don't want
And that was very freeing for me because that was a time, right? And we can't take back that time, but we have those memories and they felt good.
Yes.
And that was a part of Shayla Bang.
Fucking legendary.
And that's it. You know what I mean? And I had to let that go. It was like a death.
Yes.
It was a death, right? I'm
Growth can
shedding
feel like
skin.
sometimes you're dying. Yeah.
Most of the time, growth is
Growth can feel like you're killing off some parts of yourself.
Some
it
part of you
hurts.
has
It
to
does.
die in order to make space for new life to be to come
right.
forth.
It's new normal.
For sure.
And these new interests,
For sure.
and not forcing it. I was forcing it. Trying, like I would wake up at night, like, okay, I used to create earrings. Okay, let me try. Okay, this is what I used to love. Like let me try to do this.
Like almost habitual.
Yeah.
Not even like
No.
just for the love of
Because you know, as creatives, we have to feel.
Yes.
And if we don't feel, it doesn't feel right. Like a painter, like, I want you to paint this for me. Well, I gotta feel it. I can sit in front of this canvas for 2 hours and I mean 2 weeks and still not know what to create.
Yeah.
So that was me forcing that.
Yeah.
Trying to make myself feel that because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
And it was days of, people don't know this because I'm not recording myself sitting on the couch being depressed, staring at the wall, waiting for a light bulb to go like ding. Day 1, day 2 go by, day 3 go by, day 4 go by, and I'm not feeling anything. And nobody's knowing exactly how I'm feeling because as Black women, as Black people, we gotta be strong. Just get through it.
I'll be okay.
So I wouldn't allow myself to break. I wouldn't. I was I was also in denial.
Yeah.
I was not that person in my house that you didn't see nothing cancer.
Yeah.
You didn't see no pink, nothing. I don't even wear pink anything. I don't do any of that because I was like chasing normalcy. Even when I came out and told everyone, it was okay in the beginning, but it got very overwhelming.
Yeah.
It got very overwhelming because people wanted to turn into my doctor. They
Oh.
wanted to tell me what tea I should drink. Don't you eat, Shayla? Are you eating pho? It got tofu in it. Why you eating, tofu? That, or
Micromanage.
when I'm smiling and I'm turned up
Mm.
and I'm looking good and I'm
Mm.
feeling good,
Mhm.
and now all of a sudden you
Yeah.
don't see that, you're like, are you okay?
Yeah. You
Are
good?
are
You
you
sure
ready
you're
to
all
Shayla,
right?
are
You
you
sure you?
sure you okay? Because like
Uh-uh.
my cousin went through the same thing and she would be smiling, but she was not okay.
Ew, that's disgusting. I'm not a
And
fan
I'm
of that.
like,
I'm not a fan of this.
but I'm okay.
Yeah,
I
like
feel okay. And then you feel it's a responsibility because this is something new to you,
Mm-hmm.
that I had to listen to those things because I'm like, oh, they're coming from a place of love. So I have to hear it, and they're supporting me.
yeah.
I didn't know that, right? I
Yeah.
didn't.
Still overstepping
It's still,
boundaries,
but
though.
they
Nah,
don't know
Yeah,
that,
they don't
right?
know.
yeah, they
Like
don't know.
I've been through that. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
know
they don't know.
that, like, I don't, it's okay.
Like, I
Like,
just want to feel like me.
I just want to feel like me. And
That's
The
so
it.
best thing you can do is make that
But
person
they
feel
don't they
Yeah.
don't
good.
think that though, because they like what it is. They're
No.
kind of projecting their fears about you onto you. So
Yeah.
they'll handle you with white gloves, like
yeah,
it's just this fragile piece of glass that's gonna break at any moment. It's
Yeah.
like
yeah,
no, like this is my new normal.
yeah,
I'm dealing with this,
yeah,
and I'm trying to work on getting back to me. Like I
yeah,
know what this is, but
Yeah.
I'm making this a part of my life. I'm not making
yeah,
this something that stands out
yeah,
that I have to now
yeah,
like think of every day, every minute of my
yeah,
life. Like no, this
yeah,
is here, cool. I'll
Same.
deal with that
absolutely.
when I need to deal with that.
Yeah,
But I'm still me these
I'm still
yeah,
other hours
fine.
of the
I'm
day.
still
yeah,
she
But
me
they
her.
don't see that.
Fine.
They only see the ailment that you have.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And I think also it was important for me to show people that you have choices.
Yeah.
You can choose how you want to deal with something that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
I could literally let this take over my life and be sad and be depressed and be like, oh my God, my life is over, and forget about all the things
Mm-hmm.
that I've
Or
ever done, forget about all the amazing, beautiful people that I
Mm-hmm.
come across, all
Mhm.
the things that make me feel good because there's
Mhm.
still
Yes.
joyous things that I'm surrounded by.
Still alive.
Or I could just still be like, life is good.
Still.
Like
still
life is
still
good.
put my fits on.
I'm still making
Still
my
accept the
plans.
I'm
vibe.
still
Still
making my
feel like
plans. I'm still traveling. I'm still
Yeah, I'm
outside with
still
this
showing up.
bald head at the day
Yeah.
party. I'm still enjoying my life
Yeah. I just got a
because
do-rag on.
we're all gonna leave
A fire
leave
ass one.
here
Yes.
at some point,
Yes.
right? And God's willing, we'll live to be 100. God's willing, we'll live to be 40. God's willing, we'll just live to whenever we are done.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was very important to show people that I'm going through this, but I'm still getting dressed. I'm
I'm
still
going
putting
through it,
my
but I'm not
lipstick on.
of it. I'm
Of
not
it.
of it.
Yes,
I'm not of it.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
of it. And so I don't know if, people think that you just pay attention to everybody's social media, but at one point I think I was I was holding so much in for so long because I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't have time to really process my journey,
Yeah.
that I didn't crying, and no, like I feel like I didn't have time.
Oh.
Get up, look in the mirror, say your affirmations. You look good. You're fine. You
Mm-hmm.
look bad. You da 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 da. All right, go to chemo, go to radiation, get your infusion. All right, next, get dressed. You going out.
Mm.
Like I would not give
No.
myself time
That
to
rest.
be like,
That
No, you still showed up for yourself.
yeah, yeah,
goodness.
You
Yeah.
still showed up for yourself
and
every
that
day.
and that is okay. But at the same time, you have to give yourself grace. I
You
did
do.
not give myself grace.
You do.
I felt like a bum. Like, I know this is crazy, but like there were moments I felt bad that I was not creating something.
Oh.
Like, oh
I can
my
get with that.
gosh, like I'm not doing anything for So Oakland. Oh my gosh, I feel like a bum. Oh my, like I was putting a lot of pressure
Yeah.
on myself because I was such a go, 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 go.
Yeah.
God set me
You get
down.
used to carrying that load. So when it's hella light,
Yeah.
it's like, wait, hold
It's,
on. I
yes.
forgot something. I'm not doing
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Yes. And so
For sure.
my friends would have to tell me, baby, like you're going through one
Chill.
of the biggest journeys in your life, and
Mm-hmm.
I need you to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
I need you to relax.
Need
And
you to
it's
rest.
okay. God helped you and put you in a place where you could fully, peacefully, financially rest
Sit down.
and go through this journey
Sit down.
without stressing. There are
Yeah.
people that still have to go to work under cancer treatment, still don't have the support, still. And I was able to fully go through this new journey that I had never been through before without any stress.
That's a blessing.
Stress, that's all they used to tell me all the time. My doctor would be like, keep your stress low. Keep them stress low because stress makes you sick, right? And you need to be feeling your best. So after going through all that, after going through all of my treatments, it was still like, okay, my body's different. I still feel beautiful. I still feel sexy. Okay. But
Say that shit.
But my body was different.
That's
Yeah.
Shayla.
And one thing I told myself, and that's why I would constantly have these conversations with myself in the mirror, butt ass naked, is like, you gotta love yourself first and foremost.
Yeah.
Like, I'm my biggest fan. Like, can't nobody tell me something about my body, right?
Yeah.
And make me feel like I don't feel like I'm the baddest. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through this and because I had to alter my body,
That's
right?
but
This is the work I
love her
had to
so
do,
much.
right? There are a lot of people that don't have the mental capacity to do that work and are completely sitting like, I hate myself.
Yes.
I hate what I've been through. So I felt like I just wanted to show people that you could still show up at your best, feeling your best, looking your best, still while going through this journey.
And both can exist in the same
both
realm.
can exist.
They're not mutually exclusive.
No, right.
They're not.
Right.
They're not.
Right. So it has been like it, and also like still to this day, I still struggle. You know, like it hasn't been that long.
No.
So, so it's still
an
me.
adjustment
Yeah.
period,
Like also trying to prevent yourself from not thinking about death so much.
Yeah.
You become a little being forced to come like face to face with your morality is very
it's a conversation you gotta have with yourself.
This is a thing. This is a thing.
It's a conversation you have to have with yourself.
You have to. So now, and so now you feel like you need to hurry up and do shit.
You're on the clock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a clock.
I might die. Okay. What do I gotta do? What do I want to do? What do I like? What are my interests? Oh my God, I gotta make sure that I'm walking in my purpose.
Yeah.
What did I put on hold? I don't want to put that on hold. Like
where's that damn bucket list? I had it around somewhere.
Where's that bucket list?
Shit, why put that bucket
Where's
list?
that bucket
my
list,
bucket,
right?
bro?
And talking to my therapist, that really helped me. Like, Black people go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
Yes.
I'm a fan of therapy.
Whether it's you downloading an app and you using BetterHelp because it's awesome. Oh my God.
To somebody.
I'm a fan of BetterHelp.
It's awesome.
It's
y'all.
awesome.
Please.
Just to release.
It's awesome.
Talking to someone that has an unbiased opinion, don't know you, and just being
it's so
awesome. Releasing all of those things because we carry a lot. We are all going through our own things.
And it's carried in the body, by the way. Like you could be experiencing like a particular type of tension in one specific area. And it's literally because you're holding on to something that happened X amount of years ago, but you hold in tension right here.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's very crazy.
Yes.
And people think you need a chiropractor. No, you need therapy.
Absolutely.
To talk to someone. Black men, get a black woman therapist. Trust me. It'll change your life.
It'll do you
Trust me.
justice.
Yes.
It'll change your life.
Absolutely.
It'll do you justice,
and I
y'all.
think that just the importance, and I know y'all see me, I do not play when it comes to self-care, how I take care of myself. No, it's so powerful. I have serious boundaries. This second part of my life, I am solely about me and my needs and what makes me happy. And, like the way that I love myself is, and you know what's crazy is like, have you ever seen on social media when people verbally tell themselves, I love me. I look
Oh, yeah.
good. And then you see the comments of people just like, you too,
girl, not with that eyeshadow.
not with that,
not with them
and
lashes
it's just,
looking
you
like
just
that.
start to, it's like you can't take it personally because they just haven't reached that love.
They're not there.
They're not familiar
They're
with
not
that.
there.
They're not there yet. So
it doesn't even translate to them
It
in
doesn't
the same way.
and it has nothing. There is absolutely nothing anyone can say about me that will make me reevaluate like how I feel about myself.
For sure.
For sure.
Rue said, if they don't pay your bills, then don't pay them no mind. That's what Rue said. I'm gonna just pull that out. Go on, Rue. And I'm talking about RuPaul. Yes, I'm talking about Miss Paul.
Right. Yes.
She said, if them bitches don't pay your bills, then don't pay them bitches no mind.
And that's it. Like,
That's
we are literally living the same 24 hours and just trying to survive every day,
We all
trying
trying
not
to figure
to
shit out.
break
a little bit better,
every
a little
day,
bit more
trying to take care of ourselves, trying to stay healthy, trying to eat right, trying to keep money in our pocket, trying to enjoy, like,
go to work,
trying
go to school,
do,
be creative.
Trying to do all these things without breaking. I look at people alone, who are unhoused and homeless, mentally ill, and that's another thing. Like, my mom was one of those people that were living in the tents. My mom was one of those people that were barefoot walking down East 23rd, heavily on heroin, heavily on drugs. My mom committed suicide 8 years ago. Rest in peace, Miss Cynthia. But during that time, she was clean. She was in a beautiful space.
Wonderful.
But something happened to her that she was like, I would rather in my life than turn back to drugs. And so also I think like what I want to present to people and show up, because while I was going through breast cancer and trying to keep my mental together, trying to keep myself grounded, but also, my niece getting killed on Highway 4. My brother, like Oakland, there's a lot of trauma that is associated with Oakland. And maybe it has something to do with why I move a lot. Or why I've left, right? Yeah.
That's why I work with kids right now.
Because we don't.
I was that kid. I needed somebody to talk to. I needed somebody to see me and be like, no, you don't have to feel like that about yourself. And I'm like, once I figured that out, I'm like, oh, I can be this. I can be this for the kids. They can see themselves in me.
Absolutely.
And be like, oh, it's okay.
Yes. And that was the example I wanted to be. Like, brother got killed on East 27th. Nephew got killed in Vallejo. Mother committed suicide. Niece got murdered.
Boom, boom, boom.
And so every time I'm driving around Oakland, I can point out a place that I, that holds those memories to me. And so I want these young Black girls from out here see, like, I'm an example of, like, you through that. You're still able to
do it, baby.
Yeah,
you can do
you
it.
can still do it. It's still beautiful. It's still
baby.
light, and you can still make it through all those things.
You
and you do not have to be the negative product part of your environment.
No,
right?
you take what Oakland gives
for our
to you.
brothers too, though. For our brothers too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes,
for y'all
you learn
too.
That, like, I explained to somebody, like, they didn't understand, like, I lost one of my bros, and we were at the repast, and we was all sitting there kicking, we was all hanging out. You know what I mean? And like, I was cool the whole time. I heard about everything. I was cool.
Yeah.
And then she was sitting there talking to me, and then like she was like, what was it like? What you mean? She was like, because she wasn't from Oakland. She was from like Richmond. And she was like, what is it like? And I'm like, what you mean? She's like, being like a youngin' from Oakland. I'm like, bro, being a little ghetto kid from Oakland, like, you see a lot. You see a lot. Like, you'll never understand the story unless you
grow
were
up
a
a lot
little, like
faster
somebody
than
who's
we
a
should.
kid that grew up in Oakland.
We gotta grow up a lot faster.
You'll never understand that story. You know what I mean? And it brought me to tears because I was start thinking about all the things like, bro, we had to share clothes, we've shared food, we've got shot at together, we've made it out, we've had to take off our clothes and check each other for bullet wounds down to our drawers,
for real,
like checking for bullet, like this is just us going to a party, at 15.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's a different story.
It hit different.
It's a different story that a lot of us share. And I think like, you know, also, you know, like I think about times when I was 6 or 7 and you don't realize that this shit is carrying, like you're carrying this shit that the way that I was raised, like my grandparents did an amazing job, right? I was raised with my grandparents. My mom did an amazing job when she could. You know, we were part of the 80s crack era.
Come on.
So that, you know, that
shout out to the
Reaganomics.
80s babies.
You know, so
my sister is one of them.
My
Shout
mom
out to
was
my
one of
sister
those,
Paisley. I love
you know, like I was one of the kids that was left in 6-9 Village at crack houses. And I'm so thankful that nothing, like my sister, she was my protector. You know, random people coming in and out. My mom saying she gonna be back because she doing whatever. And we're in this house full of people we don't even know. And thankfully, God, by God's grace, nothing ever happened to me. I was never molested. I was never any of those things. My grandparents' number was the first number that I learned at 5.
Heck yeah.
Because whenever
we were left,
we would walk. My sister was 8. We would walk. She would take me. We would just be walking. If you see some little girls walking down fucking East 14th at the time, like just walking, looking for a payphone so we can press 0.
Come on.
So it could be, you know, collect call to Shayla, calling my grandparents, like, where are you? And we're like, you know, my sister, like, we're on 69th and whatever. And we'll just be sitting there waiting for him to come. He'll leave work. My grandfather's my everything. He'll leave work. He'll be way in Fairfield working at the plant. He'll come get us and he'll pick us up and we'll spend a night with him and he'll wake up the next morning at 4 a.m., take us to his job in Fairfield. And shout out to Dexter. Dexter is a they're not even in business anymore, but whoever my grandfather's supervisors were at the time, my grandfather was able to bring his 5-year-old granddaughter and 8-year-old granddaughter to his job. They would let us sleep in the break room on cots.
That's beautiful.
While my grandfather was working.
That's wonderful.
Because he didn't have nowhere else to take us.
Yeah.
And also because my mom was, you know, in the streets.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want people to look at me and think that I don't have a story. Like, you know, like I have a story.
For
sure.
I speak about it or sometimes I don't speak about it, but I'm not, I just want to be that. Like we said, don't want to be that example of showing, like, wanting to be that example to show that you don't have to, like, we all have choices, right? And the importance of mentorship. And maybe sometimes social media can be that because I like, you don't even realize how many people you help. And you're just being yourself.
And you don't know it.
You don't realize
so
how your
awesome.
words or something you may have said to me. I have people who said things to me and I have to recall to them. Like, remember you said that to me? Like, you don't realize, like, I heard somebody say that, like, whichever room you go into, you leave a legacy.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
I feel like that's God's way of letting us know that, hey, like, keep going. Don't worry. Like, you're not, this isn't just for you. Like, this assignment that I'm giving you is not just to help you out.
No.
It's also for at least 4 other people in this room that you're going to touch. That's going to help them.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it's always just his way of letting us know.
That, like, that's, like, I feel in any work that I do, everything that I do, I've noticed it's something that makes people feel good.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's events, whether it's something creative, makeup, getting dressed, whatever, it's something that makes people feel good. And also, like, I've always wanted to make an income while making an impact.
Hello.
Like, that has been.
Would you say that's your superpower? Make people feel good? Because I feel like after everything you've done, you've had to find, like, okay, there's a nucleus. There's something that I have. That these creative platforms and offsprings are coming from, and it's like I'm good at it. So like, you think that's like your superpower?
I think, like, I do. Like, I think that it is my superpower,
Your
but
power to inspire is insane.
yeah, I think
It's
I think
insane.
that.
I love it.
But also along this journey, I needed to make sure, and what I was neglecting was how I was taking care of myself, because I was too involved of like making people feel good and pouring, that I was completely neglecting myself and how I took care of myself.
Your cup was empty.
And my cup was empty. And you don't have, that's what I say, like, who's checking up on Superman, right?
Man.
Like, I'm sitting there, I did all this, like,
Lois at work.
who gonna call? Right. Like,
She ain't answer my text all day.
call me and text me like, sis, you good?
Fine,
You
all
know,
right.
you just did all this. Are you okay? Like, you okay? You need anything? You don't, people, but also it was the way that I carried myself that people was like, oh, she's good.
You tough, right?
That's me. Like, I'm just like, I'm a Capricorn. I
I
can't.
was finna say it's in the breast, in the jeans,
chill
bro.
out.
Yeah,
Where's the lie?
It is.
Where's the lie?
She brought you in. Like I
don't
waiting
mean it
to
like
say gang
that.
in here.
I don't mean it like that.
You
I
see, I was
mean,
waiting to say gang in here.
No. I mean it in the sense of like, it's something I call suffering in silence.
Yes.
We don't want people to see how much we are suffering, because we feel like if so, people are gonna, oh, let me do this for you, let me help, let me da 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 da. And it takes away from a certain level of stability and foundation. Like when your foundation is shook, as just an earth sign period, because you're an earth sign, so you know what I'm talking about. When your foundation is fucked, you go into this weird, like, it's almost panic mode. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you should sit down, if you should go do something, if you should ask a question. And it becomes so overwhelming. But you're so afraid to reach out when you're drowning. You're so afraid, because you're used to being that strong person for other people.
And it's not a good thing.
It sucks.
It's not a good thing. Like, it could be 1,000 boxes behind me, and I'll tell people, I got it.
That's the gift.
I've gotten
and a
better
curse.
though, because I had to go to therapy for that.
Yeah.
Therapy. I realized that the not asking for help has to do with abandonment issues.
Yes.
Because and don't even take this the wrong way. Like, if I reached out to you, and I'm like, like, first I'll start off with, I don't even want to inconvenience you. I hate to even ask.
There's already a disclaimer.
Yeah, I say that. But if you're able, but if you're busy, I understand. But can you do X, Y, and Z for me? And if you say that, oh my gosh, I would, but I got something to do, but whatever. And don't even take it personal, but I probably will never ask you again.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
I'm never gonna ask you.
That's
how I know you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm
talking
talking
probably
about.
ask you
I'm not gonna ask you again.
Or if somebody offers, because you don't even want them, if they're like, listen, I'm here. But
I got it.
I got you. So X, Y, and Z, and they don't show up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I will
I'm good.
never.
I'm good, bro.
Because now I put my trust in you.
Yeah. And
play
trust
with my ego.
for us is a very...
play with my ego.
Yeah.
That's like the golden ticket.
I don't even like it.
Because we can't, not to say it like that, but there's not that, since foundation is so important and stability is so important, the building block of that is being able to rely and to trust.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't have that ability with other people the way we have it for ourselves.
Yeah.
We have an issue sometimes where we project the level of reliability and trust that we would have for someone onto another person.
Yeah.
So when we don't receive it back, you immediately like, okay, no, I'm not going to put myself in a position to be that vulnerable.
And I can't do that, especially like in a relationship, because I don't ever want my man to feel like I don't ever want my man to feel like I don't need him. Yeah. Because I've been in relationships that I've been so strong in that they feel like, damn,
do you need any fucking thing?
Yeah,
it's
like
you
don't need me,
you want no juice from the store.
Yeah, so like I've been single.
I make these waffles.
I've been single.
On these waffles?
Without any labels. Situationships.
Situational,
right? But I've been single for like 8 years. Like, I've been single for like 8 years. And it's been a 8 years of like learning myself, taking accountability, the things that the things that I like, the ways that I've played in my relationships,
the way I show up,
way that I show up, like, oh yeah, like I've been in relationships where I've always come off strong, and the people I've been with, they have been more of the just, more reserved, more passive. And the way that I communicate can be very like, so I'm like, what?
It's abrasive. It's like,
right.
God.
And then they shut down because they don't know how to respond to that.
No.
And then they're not responding the way, because I need a response now, and they're not responding to that. And I realized, like, just through these 8 years, it's like communication styles, like the way you need to communicate to your part. Everybody's different. Doesn't mean that they don't want to talk about it.
No.
It's just they're not going to respond with you talking fast, talking this, talking that.
No.
And then also it's just being from Oakland and just being the way that we've had to talk to niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
like,
no lies. I hear no lies in that statement.
It's like, fuck.
Not one
we
lie.
have this hardness to us.
hard-headed.
I'm a lot softer. But we've had this hardness to us just because the way that we have talked to each other.
Yeah.
We have to.
Like, dealing with niggas that call you bruh and nigga. And I'm like, I don't want to be called that. But you like, bruh,
nigga. Like, what?
Like,
I'm
how you talk to each other,
I'm
right?
guilty. I'm guilty.
Right. Or, just the way that you've just had to communicate with each other. But I've had to learn so much in just being able to let my guard down. But also, like, being single for a very long time, I am in a space where, like, I mean, I'm picky, but sometimes I'm like, dang, am I too picky?
Yeah.
Because I've created this nest and this peace in my place. And now I'm so nervous about having this wrong person come into my space and interrupt it.
Yeah.
And so I find myself like, anything that I see, oh, yeah, no, yeah, no.
You come here, you want to have Damon in the kitchen making eggs?
I feel like that's happening to me right now.
You having a, Sasquatch?
I do.
I feel like that's happening to me right now.
I do. like, we deserve to be soft.
You want some cheese with your eggs?
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, I make sure, like, I correct myself. I make sure that, like, I don't want this single ship forever. I want a partner. Like, I want a really dope partner. I want a partner that understands me. And in order for this relationship to work, you got to let Shayla be Shayla, and not even in a way I would never disrespect my partner. But I'm a very free spirited woman. Yeah. I'm very colorful.
There needs to be space for that.
I need space.
There's space for that.
Not a space where I can't do a clingy man.
No. Have something to do.
Have something to
You
do.
gotta have something to do.
Have friends.
Have some friends.
Have friends.
Yeah. Have group trips playing. Go.
I need Shayla days, and it don't I need you to be secure, because that does not mean anything but literally sitting in the park by myself with my dog.
I just want to
sit healthy.
I'm not
they don't
doing
understand it.
nothing.
Like, I love hearing your voice, but damn, I just need you to shut up.
Just one day,
and just let me be.
Just let me sit in my robe and watch my show.
That's okay. Like,
I just want to watch my football on Sunday, bro.
To me, I just think it's realistic. I just think we're individuals. Yes. At the end of the day, we've had our life.
I've always believed in the philosophy of two individuals being able to exist codependently.
Yeah.
So you're still an individual person, but you guys know how to be partners.
I want to be alone together.
Yes. Find that person.
Alone
I want to be able
to
be alone and still
quietness. We don't have to talk all the time.
It's so sexy when you leave the room.
Being able to be in a room with your partner and just be quiet
and be okay.
Like, I feel like we don't got to entertain each other.
That's one of the healthier signs. If I can do that,
I'm okay.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
It makes me so happy when I can do that. Because it just be basking in the space of this comfort. Man.
Ooh, growth and maturity is beautiful.
It's
because
wonderful.
25-year-old Shayla,
you wasn't having it. You weren't having it.
No, I was. No, not even 25. 22. Like, my boyfriend and I, we were toxic as fuck. We were toxic.
Miss those days.
Who wasn't toxic that young, though?
Yeah,
Who wasn't?
Those are good days, man.
Yeah,
see, you know,
Young,
but
sweet, toxic,
it's good to have gotten that shit out in your 20s
For
than
sure.
being in your late 30s and 40s still doing that dumb shit.
Oh my God. Like, listen, I'm going to put you on blast. I'm not going to say your name, but I'm going to put you on blast.
Please do.
Listen, I got a cousin, right? And she's an older cousin. She's like my mom's favorite cousin.
Yeah.
And I guess she's like was talking to some younger guy. But here's the thing. The guy set the boundary in the beginning. I really, really like you. I got some shit to handle. I want to be in a relationship with you, but I'm not going to entertain you that much because I know I got this over here. Let me get this.
Yeah.
And I got you. We're not in a relationship. If you fuck around with some cool, like it was, I'm talking about he put the dominoes on the table, y'all.
Yeah.
Cousin caught feelings. And started pressing them about where he was going, who he was with. Anytime he wasn't up on the phone, she was pressed.
Bella Noche.
So much so to the point where she single-handedly ran this man off.
Yeah.
She ran him off because it was like, then you became this toxic person and we haven't even made it there yet. And she's, I'm going to say in her late 50s.
You still being toxic at that age.
You told that man that, okay, if you don't want to talk to me no more, just say that.
Go ahead and free yourself.
Okay, I don't want to talk to you no more.
You don't
and
want
you
me,
proceeded
don't talk to me.
call him a black ass, big nose mother. Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Because he did what you asked. He did what you asked him to do. Girl.
No,
I swear. Every time mom is on the phone with this cousin, I be mad. I be
but
like,
social media, I feel like glorifies toxicity.
Hey, listen.
And I hate that because I'm just like, I remember. Yeah, I definitely remember.
Them BBLs are popping up with women in their 40s. Them BBLs are popping up. Like, wow, y'all got ass now.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's very strange.
It's very strange. Like I couldn't even imagine acting the way that I act at 22.
Seeing my older cousin's friends is like, she ain't never had this ass my whole life of knowing her. Now she's like 45 with this crazy ass.
So is the 45 plus BBL a yay or a nay?
Ooh.
I know, like for me, so you know, like I don't want to knock anybody with the choices that they
we're
make
not
for
knocking.
themselves, right?
It's a general question.
But I need you
opinion.
to understand, like what, like all I need to know is like, what is your reasoning of wanting to do that to your body? Is it because to me, and I might get some.
Don't worry, because I might agree.
But you're doing it for the gaze of a man. Like that's it. That's all.
You want to be looked at?
Because my booty is lit.
You want to be looked at?
The attention.
You want to be looked at, bro.
So you feel confident. Do you feel confident because you have this and you just feel confident? Or because you feel confident now because you're getting
people are looking at you.
Attention.
That people are looking at you.
Listen, because she had all of it.
Because if you had, not saying it like that, but I'm going to say it. If the confidence was there prior to this, then there would be no need for this.
Yeah.
For sure.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So you can't, for me, you can't tell me that you're doing it for confidence. Meanwhile, there was none prior to this.
Yeah.
Because what that shows me is your confidence is still rooted in the gaze of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not confidence to me.
But that's even then,
that's attention.
But even then, once they do it, they still find things about themselves that they don't like, which means it has nothing to do with the outer. That. It's all on the inner. If you don't do the inner work, you're still going to hate yourself. Like, I love my little booty. Like, I really do.
The crazy thing is, as men,
little booties matter.
Listen, as men,
we out here, okay?
We appreciate the gays, but a lot of them shits be looking trash. Like in person, they look good on Instagram. When they're at an angle,
in the body con dresses and outfits,
it's like, okay, this is
it.
cool.
Yeah.
You see it in person,
and
9 times out of 10, that shit be like,
I've never met a man that said he prefers a BBL. No, I've never. If he does,
I prefer how I met you.
Yeah, if he does, it's only for a sexual thing.
Yeah,
but that's it, and that's all.
Oh yeah, it's all.
Oh yeah,
it's all. Yeah,
it's for the story.
It's for the story.
It's for the story.
Oh yeah, she had the BBL.
And my thing is like for some of us to be willing to sign up for that.
Yeah.
We're signing up for it, like acknowledging that this is what it's for,
Yeah.
and then we're upset
Yeah.
that we're pigeonholed in that particular
Yeah.
like
Well,
cookie
It's so
cutter.
we only
You
got
put
about another
yourself
like
in that
5 years
shape,
of it. It's
baby.
going out of style.
Oh
You
yes.
know.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it became too accessible.
Because you
now
yeah.
you can get them any like not
Listen,
You
like
start
that,
seeing all
but
these girls trying to get like them taken out, the reverse, and
Yeah.
it's very difficult to do.
I knew somebody who got a double BBL.
Yeah. Oh
What?
I do
yeah.
too. No,
Yeah.
I do
I've seen that
too.
too.
It's a
Yeah.
little
What's a
strange.
double?
Second round.
Second round,
They
like,
fucked up on the first one?
nah,
No.
she
They
just
wanted
wanted
it bigger. They just wanted
Yeah,
it
they
bigger.
want it
Wanted bigger.
bigger, or basically like, okay,
She want the XL.
this is another thing. I think that with that culture, they forget that the importance of working out
Because you got to
maintain
maintain.
it because
You have
it's
to keep
still
that up.
fat.
Oh,
Because it catches back up.
Yeah,
I got to explain to
they
somebody,
lose it.
bro.
Yeah, like it starts to
It's fat,
dissolve,
baby. You have
and
to
so then they go back for the
tone
second round to do that when
Mhm.
you need to be in the gym.
Yes, Stairmaster.
Yes, like you
Squats.
need to keep it up.
Stairmaster,
Keep it up.
squats.
Keep it up.
Like you got, you need to hit some
And it's just
Pilates for
about
tone, baby.
It's just like
Tone it up.
once you hit a certain age, that weight is not gonna feel good on your body.
No.
Them like
You're
your
carrying it around.
40s, 50s, 60s, that shit is about to be heavy.
Carrying all that ass on them wedges.
And doing nothing.
Can I be nitpicky and say that why do some of y'all forget about y'all thighs and y'all calf muscles?
Man.
Are you
Hey, listen,
are
as a
you
man,
able
that's
to,
really what we be looking at.
so are you not able to get like put stuff in your thighs?
I've
I
never
don't
seen no.
know. I've seen
I've
where the
advised
job is
people.
done. I've seen a job where it's the ass and the hip and like the thigh.
Okay.
It's almost like if you've seen how some
Don't
drag
forget the
queens
calves.
create padding where it
Looking like
it
a damn
supports the
pigeon.
behind, the hip,
See,
and like at least the
It's 'cause
thigh
we're
to a
men.
crescendo kind
That's
of
why
into the
we
knee.
looking at something
Some
different.
can get that shape, but they don't pay for it because it's more expensive.
Oh.
And so it's like
okay.
if you can't do I'm not saying it like that, but if you're gonna do it, do like the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
Put some
shade,
meat in your
bro.
calves.
You need calves, you need the thigh, you
I
need
like
a
the little
hip.
fat ankle when you go back.
You know,
Want the
some
big.
they don't want to do the whole
Chef's
thing, but
kiss.
there's surgeries where it's the ass, the hips, and the upper thigh.
They gotta do
I
upper
didn't
thigh.
know
That
that.
little meat in the back. If she ain't got that little meat
Behind
right
the knee,
behind the knee.
Mm.
right above
It
the
be
Yeah.
the
looking
back of the
so.
knee.
It be looking so
It's strange.
crazy, and then
It's
like
strange.
I couldn't imagine because now it's limiting when it comes to clothes. You got to get everything
want it.
stretchy.
Hey, no, you know what's crazy?
I don't want
You
it.
gotta get
There's
everything
like
And a
stretchy.
lot
I
of that
walk by a
stretchy shit is not
store.
breathable if you catch our drift.
Right.
It's
I
not
walk by a
breathable,
store. I
but
was in
it's like, ooh.
Chicago, and I
Uh-huh.
walked by a store. It's like I guess a boutique, and I just looked in as I was passing by. I noticed that like
The
every mannequin
mannequins
was
yeah.
Was a BBL.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a BB. They
I was
have
like,
BBL mannequins now.
Yeah,
Yes, they do.
I was like, wow.
Damn, not
Yeah,
the
they
mannequin
do.
holding
Yeah,
ass.
The
they do.
mannequin, yes,
The
bro.
mannequin got
Yeah,
I'm
they
ass
talking
do.
too.
about
Bruh.
like you took a brat doll
Everybody got
and you
ass.
added Megan Thee Stallion's ass on the
Uh-huh.
back, and it's a mannequin,
Yeah, they have those now.
pretty much.
Yeah, I seen them in LA, and what's that? The market where you can get all the cheap stuff.
Oh, the
Fashion district.
yeah.
Yeah, they have those now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.